Hi, I am Lani Wu. Welcome to my channel. And I have a special treat for you today. Normally, I come before you and I have a little mini Reiki session, or I'm talking crystals, or a tip or something. But today, I have such a treat, such a treat. I've been working on this just for a little bit of time to present it to you guys. Today, we have a special segment called Adornment. And want to talk about some of the things that we can do to ourselves and our body to make ourselves ready to go out into the external energies. And I've asked a very special guest to join us today, Gwen Allison, my spiritual butterfly. Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Lani. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank
So nice
you
to be
for
here again.
coming. Yeah.
I love our chats.
You may have caught Gwen on our other podcast on Awakening Airwaves, which we'll get to in a second. But I asked her to come on and just to share the space with me today to talk about her perspective on adornment. And I asked Gwen to come on because she always looks so posh. Whenever I see her, she just looks so good. And it's like effortlessly, Some people you see and you're like, okay, they look good, but they spent the time to look good. But she always looks like she just threw something on, and she just looks so gorgeous. So I was like, definitely she's the one that I need to have on here with me to talk about it. And then the other thing is that every time we record and film together, it's like we look like we were styled together by the same person. And we don't even, I promise you, we don't schedule it. Even today, I purposely didn't ask you what color, and look.
I'm wearing white.
Right. So to me, that's just a sign that it's a natural alignment, And this was a no-brainer for me. So let me officially introduce you to Gwen, okay? Before we get started. Gwen Allison is the founder of My Spiritual Butterfly and a CHNC verified Usui Reiki Master Teacher, trained in both Eastern and Western lineages. Her spiritual path began over 15 years ago, sparked by teachings like the Law of Attraction, The Secret, and the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. But like many of us, her practice deepened through lived experience, a divorce, the loss of loved ones, and a sudden redundancy that asked her to rebuild from the inside out. In 2008, she became a transformational life coach, supporting women over 40 in reconnecting with their purpose and creating lives that feel more aligned and fulfilling. She began practicing Reiki in 2015 and has since taught all levels, led workshops and retreats, and developed a Professional Reiki Diploma that allows practitioners to work in UK hospitals. At the heart of her work is a simple intention: to make Reiki something natural and accessible, something that belongs in everyday life, not just special spaces. Check her out. I'm going to put all of her socials. I mean, she has an amazing YouTube channel. And like me, she has a podcast on Awakening Airwaves. It's called Ready for Authentic Love, where she prepares you, your heart, your mind for relationships. So welcome, Gwen, my spiritual butterfly, my friend to my space. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much, Lani. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Our conversations just flow and they're always such good fun. So yeah, it's always nice to be in conversation with you. Yes, I'm excited about today for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for having me here.
And again, do not hesitate to check her out. I'm going to list all her things. She does so many things. She has so much magic inside of her. Check her out. But just a little bit about adornment before we jump into it. Because I love to adorn myself too, like sometimes a little bit too much. But I feel like it's an art form, it allows you to express yourself in so many different ways. So whether you're talking about accessories or ornaments or a decorative feature that enhances beauty or has some way of specifying status or distinctiveness of a person, an animal, or object is how I would categorize adornment. So it could refer to a physical object like jewelry, or an actual process of beautifying or embellishing your person or room, or anything else that you could own or have possession of. Culturally, though, it does have a very, I think, important piece in our society, because it can, like I said, it can show your status and your identity, social, cultural, and religious statuses. So today I wore my Aleke, which are my spiritual beads, because I'm a priestess of Oshun. So whenever I'm doing religious work, I'll wear these for protection. So I wanted to wear these today to show you this is my my spiritual adornment. Of course, the crystals and things of that nature. And I know Gwen has a pendant on for protection as well. So the warriors of our society would also adorn themselves with weapons, and also symbols of protection and things like that. So there's so many different ways to adorn yourself. So I just wanted to give us kind of like a broad stroke of what we're going to be talking about today, and obviously personalize it to the things that we do to our bodies, the things that we adorn ourselves with. But this is something that it's a practice that has been done since the Stone Age and before. Right?
Absolutely.
And so we've talked about the ways to do that personally with jewelry, cosmetics, and things like that. We were just talking about our face. Our faces have been adorned by the sun during this season, and we're showing them to you today. So we talked about that, but also can be in terms of your clothing. It could be a specific type of fabric or ornament that has some type of significance to you, but also spaces we talked about. You see in my newly renovated walk-in closet behind us. So just that broad stroke, we're going to come in a little bit and talk about women in history who adorn themselves for a lot of the reasons that we just listed: physical, spiritual, artistic, cultural expression. And I know that like in Egypt, they adorned themselves. That was a very strategic and important process that they did for protection from evil spirits, but also just to adorn themselves. Makeup, like they used wasek collars. They were made of gold, glass, and beads, and sometimes semi-precious stones. They would wear that around their necks. And then different amulets they would use as charms, like the Eye of Horus and scarab beetles they would use. And then what I thought was really, because I always they always had that really dark eyeliner whenever you saw. And I thought it was so beautiful that they would adorn their eyes like that. And that's actually coal. It's grounded galena, and they apply it to their eyes to reduce the sun glare, which I didn't know that at first, and to ward off infections. So. And then just a little bit more specific to us, the Africans that were taken from the continent, West Africa mostly, that were brought here, adorned their bodies with different things. And it actually helped bring those things to us so that we have access to them, different crops and seeds that they braided in their hair, which to me, it's just ingenious first. But then to even think about that, because they didn't know where they were going, It's just so ingenious and magical to me to be to even fit your mind to go there, you know? And then for those who made it here and survived and worked to free themselves, they would actually put maps because they couldn't have paper. And a lot of them couldn't read. So what they would do is have maps of where to go to the free areas, braid it into their hair, which is again,
that's ingenious, isn't it?
It is so like. Such a rich history, that we have in Adornment as a society, so many different cultures. You know, I know, just to bring the crystal element to it, in the Bible, in the New Testament, you had the breastplate of Aaron, which had to be worn whenever you dealt with the Ark of the Covenant, because it was such a holy thing that you could be taken out. I remember seeing movies where people would try to touch it, you know, without protection, they would be taken out anyway. TMI. So the breastplate of Aaron was like this heavy type of vest-like thing that the high priestess would wear, and it would protect them while they were working with the Ark of the Covenant. But on it, it would have all the list all the tribes of Judah, and it would actually have a semi-precious stone associated with each tribe. So each tribe was protected by that semi-precious stone, which I thought was pretty cool as well. Yeah.
Things there.
I know.
Yeah, definitely. Understanding, going back to the African tribes as well. So understanding, particularly, you know, whether it's the Maasai or Yoruba tribes or Zulu tribes. They would, men and women would be. Sometimes we just think Adornment, we think women, but men and women would use. What was fascinating when I was looking into it as well, they would use obviously what they had around them, nature, even obviously animals, not just plants, and various dyes and things like that, and certain colors they would wear to embody more of a particular aspect. So they might wear green to be closer to nature, or blue to be closer to the sky and the gods and things like that. And so the color was really, really important as well that they chose. And sometimes, as I said, it could be more for, there could be a strong intention in what they adorn themselves with. I don't know if you have in the States the waist beads. So that was something that's been around for decades, and we see it in the UK, we see it as a fashion thing, but traditionally it isn't that. It's something that actually should be hidden, not actually seen, because then it holds the energy, and it should be ideally prepared by someone of a strong spiritual nature, and they're gradually picking and selecting the beads and the shells and the colors and the things that go into the waist beads in alignment with your intention. So you may want to connect more with because it's worn around the sacral. You know, you may want to embody more of your feminine energy, or you may want it to enhance your fertility, or, like I said, to manifest, be it love or abundance or your own spirituality. So this waist bead traditionally was created specifically for you, your intention in it, taken and created over days. And then you wear that, you know, and you keep it in darkness so it can develop almost. You keep it covered so it can develop, but it's turned into a bit of a fashion thing, more of a sensual thing. But it was just interesting to understand that where that traditionally has come from and the aspects of that. But there's a lot from our ancestors that they would do.
So much.
And it would also connect them to their ancestors as well. What they were placing on their bodies. Perhaps it was handed down by a grandma or great grandma or father. And so they're with you because you're wearing that piece, whatever it might be. So
I think it's so important that we connect with this history like we're doing right now, because like you said, a lot of the cultural traditions that we used to do were very intentional. Like you said, it wasn't like you went to the store and you picked up a necklace and you took time, you gathered the materials intentionally for that necklace, and then you probably had it blessed by someone, like it was very intentional. So us going back and learning this, refamiliarizing for some people with this helps us to take that ritualistic sense back and intention back to it, so that it's not just a fashion thing, because it's so much deeper, right? I love that.
Absolutely. And even with the gold, a lot of the things they're using, as we know of the crystals, the metals have a lot of healing. So the gold, they probably didn't wear as much silver, but more of a gold, because of the healing elements of that. It definitely was more intentional as opposed to just slapping something on. It had behind it. It could even be a rites of passage, or preparing for war or something like that. So it had a significance and a purpose beyond just beautification. It was more than that. Powerful.
That's beautiful. I like to think of adornment as something that is a continuation of my meditation, because I think of meditation as my armor that I put on before I go out, and so that's a part of my armor too, and so like I'm in meditation, I'm doing my Reiki, I'm putting myself in my Reiki bubble for protection and stuff like that. But I'm also trying to figure out too, like, is there a specific crystal that I need to wear? Like, my ring or a necklace today, or is there a color? Like, is there something that I'm doing that a certain color would help me have confidence or courage or, so I look at it like that way. Very intentional about it, because it is a tool for us, just like Reiki, just like breathing, And I think it's important that you feel good about yourself, and that emanates from the inside out. And like I think you were saying on your bio, you were talking to all of us and saying that you felt a bigger calling asking you to heal from the inside out. So I think it's kind of the same thing, because once you do it from the inside out, you feel it through and through. And it's just I think it's a symbol of what's going on the inside coming out, So if you feel good about yourself and you feel protected, that's just going to emanate on the outside, and people are going to receive that from you. So I like to think about it that way. And then when you feel good about yourself and you feel like, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but if you feel like you look cute, that's going to help you throughout the day. I'm telling you, it's going to help you, because it just gives you a little more of an oomph,
It's definitely like an extension of you expressed outwards, for sure. And I definitely resonate with what you were saying about color. Because I've always loved color. Then I went through a phase, I think, when I went to work in corporate, I was more in muted colors.
Or black.
The black, the gray, the blue. And then I probably talked about this before in other conversations, but I kind of realized I was neglecting my feminine side. And that's when I consciously, deliberately decided to choose color. The oranges, I would wear purple, orange, I'd wear all sorts of colors. And this is to work in the bank. So you can imagine. But it wasn't, what I realized, I wasn't doing it for anyone outside of me.
Right.
I was doing it for me. And sometimes, you know, people would say, oh, you sure you want to wear that? Because people, you know, they don't dress like that there. They're quite, I'm choosing it for me. Or even in my head, I might have a little like doubt and say, well, should I wear this? Is it too much?
Right.
No, I want to wear it for me. It does give me confidence. I love it. I feel really good when I'm wearing it. And then something my friend said, you know, sometimes we would say things for best, you know, Sunday best, don't wear.
Yeah.
But then, you know, as you get older in life, Lani, people are going, your friends, you know, people are going. And so what are you saving it for? Today is my best. Every day is my best. So it was a whole thing for me to wear what I wanted to wear because I wanted to wear it. And it wasn't about any compliments or anything I would get or trying to impress anyone. It was because it made me feel good in myself. It made me feel confident. It made me stand up taller. I was, you know, it's fine to stand out and be different. But I was wearing it because I really loved it. It was something I really loved wearing, whether it was a piece of clothing or some jewelry. Why should I dumb that down? Like, no, I'd love to wear that one, but you know, I'll get a funny look. Or no, put it on, wear it. But that was a big piece of me connecting to my femininity, particularly the orange and my sacral, and kind of honoring that part of me more, nurturing that part of me, but also just the color, particularly from Caribbean roots, right? If you go to St. Lucia, all the houses are different colors. People are wearing color. They're not wearing black and all of that. And then you come back to the UK and it's very grey. You know, it's grey in weather, but the houses are very kind of, you know, nothing very vibrant or bright, you know. And it's nice just to wear this full spectrum of colors and choose what you want to wear. But we know that the colors have a frequency. So there's healing in that. So you can choose intentionally and be like, okay, I went through my orange phase. I think I was going through a purple phase at one point, a green phase opening my heart chakra. So through our clothes, we can express ourselves more, but we can get our healing. But I see that, you know, the clothes and the jewelry as an extension of me. It's totally.
I love that. Because everybody's like, oh, I'm saving that for a special occasion. No, you wear it today.
Wear it today. Tomorrow's not given.
Exactly. And there's a lady on IG. She takes it to another level, but I still love it. Like, she will wear her ball gown, her pretty dresses. She will wear those to the mailbox. She'll wear them to the grocery store. But she is wearing it though, like through and through. She got the clothes. I mean, she had the clothes on. She has the shoes. She has the purse. And she looks good. And I do feel like it does something to you when you are. That's what you're pushing out. That's the energy that you push out. And you never know who you're coming across, who is seeing you, who is picking up that signal, who needs it as well, which is also a reason why you should do what you do, what you said. Just do it. If you don't even think about it. And girl, I'm weird. I am so weird fashion, but I love it because you don't allow anyone to write the rules for you, and you just do what you're supposed to, because that's what it's intended. That's how spirit intended it. That's why it's there, you know. And like I said, you don't know who else you're helping, you know. So I'll wear 7 shades of green.
That's fine. It's important to express yourself, and as you said, you cheer people up, you know. But even though you're not really doing it for that, but it's a nice benefit. You cheer people up.
It is. And then like at the bank, they need that. They're looking for you. Because I know I used to work in municipal government, and there was a time where I was just wearing white. And I was wanting to just hide. By the way, there's no way of you hiding when you wear white. Just letting you know. I wanted to hide, but it's like everybody knew who I was because I wore white. And I mean everybody. Like when I stopped wearing white, I would go out into the city and people would be, where the white? Where's your white? Why you stop wearing white? I'm like, what? Who are you?
Didn't realize that they'd noticed.
They noticed. And the other thing I noticed about white is it's a kind of dual thing because it reflects out. So you're getting like negativity is bouncing off of you, but it's also making people wonder about you. So it's reflecting, it's deflecting, but it's also attracting. So it's like it's a weird type of combination because sometimes people are just drawn to you and you're like, and I'm like, why are you here? I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I think it balances out.
Yeah.
After time, and the things things that need to get to you will get to you. The things that you need to express out will get out. So,
because again, I think a lot of people will move to black to hide. They'll wear black, which I probably said before, I love black. It's stunning. But if you're wearing black every day, you have to make sure you're in spaces that you want to absorb that energy, because
absorb it.
All colors scientifically reflects none back, and that's the black. So people wear it to hide, but actually they're attracting more to them. The white is what you want to wear, which reflects that, which is why at funerals in Africa or India, they wear white, makes sense.
It does work on you too, so but I just love to play around with different things, and when I do, I try to take notice of how it makes me feel. Like a pattern. I don't know, something about patterns make me happy. I don't know what it is. It makes me happy. And I find it adds texture to a look, something that might be flat. Like today when I was getting ready. I love white and cream, but sometimes I feel like it can land a little flat sometimes. So I'll throw in a pattern to kind of like, give it a little pop. So.
That makes sense.
What about you? You mentioned colors. What's your favorite? I mean, what is your power color?
I think I have a lot of orange, but I'm also liking white. I've started buying a lot of white now as well. But I still have a lot of orange in the wardrobe, which pops really nicely against other colors as well. And against the skin tone, it looks gorgeous. So I think probably orange. I love white, and you compare that with anything. I still like black as well. As I said, it's a stunning color. And browns actually. But like you, I like a lot of patterns. I was almost going to wear completely different kind of dress today, which had like a pineapple pattern thing on it.
Brown, I have one of
colors. Oh really? I said no, I'll wear the white. It's so funny. I think we were connecting to each other. So I like color patterns. I'm just thinking about what I have in my, but I have a lot of orange stuff and green, as I said before. But I like pairing it with, the jewelry and the gold and maybe some silver and things like that as well. And it's just nice having everything kind of coordinate. But also I'm liking a lot of flowy stuff lately as well. Just feeling a lot of freedom in that. In stuff like that. Again, it's the feminine side and dresses. So but I think for my color palette, it's probably going to be the orange. I've even got some on my sofa right there, like an orange throw on my sofa. It's just so vibrant.
It is,
but very sacral chakra feminine.
I love it too. I think I would have to say the same on the colors. I do like blue as well. Now I don't wear it as often, I think, as I would like to, because it doesn't occur to me like when I'm looking like, oh, get blue. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I find it gives me this feeling of adventure when I wear it. And so I have to remember that adventure, but adventure with peace.
Right? But when I think of blue, I think of water and the sea. So I also think of ocean. Ocean. So it makes sense.
And I love the water. But red, orange, anything like that, it just really grounds me. Especially the red, dealing with the base, my base root chakra. I just love it. Like I have so many like covers and blankets in red. I could just wrap myself up and go to sleep forever.
Be grounded.
Grounded. Yes. I love white too. As a matter of fact, I had to kind of step away from white because I was just really, even after I finished wearing it, I continued to like buy it. It's soothing. And it's something that's very light. Like you said, it's very reflective. So, I mean, deflective. So it's going to like, it's hard for stuff to attach to you when you're wearing white. And I love that. Yeah. So wanted to ask you, because you mentioned flowy. So I'm going to ask you just probably 3 questions in one. How did you start with your adornment, your fascination with adornment? And as you've gotten older, how has it evolved and changed for you?
Yeah, God, that's a big question. I think definitely as a child, I used to love fashion. I think you kind of mentioned it a little bit before we came online, but looking at my aunties, wasn't so much my mum or my aunties and how they dressed. They were from St. Lucia, the Caribbean. They had the caftans, the colourful caftans, you know, little things in their hair. This is growing up in like 70s, 80s, around that sort of time. And because I didn't like the 70s fashion as it was then. The resurgence of that is nice and more colourful, but more stylish. But suddenly the fashion was changing and I was finding that I liked it and I liked the colour. I always seemed to like jewelry and a way of, I guess as a child, you kind of play dress up and you have a little jewelry. And I remember going for a phase of being a little bit kind of more, I guess as ritualistic in my jewelry, even in how I put them on my bedside table. I put my rings in a certain order and things like that. It was just so I went through all of that. But again, I was always a little bit different and colourful. I make my daughter laugh because I remember, this is in the 80s, going out. My mum and dad were sitting downstairs watching TV and I was getting dressed up to go out to, you know, a club up in the West End in central London. And I had this kind of like orange crew neck top on and braces were in, but I was wearing my braces across my body, like black braces across my body. And I always remember mum and dad looking at me, my dad looking up from the pavement, what are you wearing? And laughing. They were both laughing at me. So I was always a little bit extra with my style and always changing things. So that was always kind of there. I loved it. And my brother was the same. My brother till this day is still into fashion and has tons and tons of clothes and stuff like that. So we always liked looking good. And I think, to be honest, I know we get that from my dad. My dad was always looking very stush in his suits and, you know, always looking good like that. And so I think it's kind of just always been in me. It's in my blood to like to play with colour, play with clothes and jewelry as well. Ruined my ears in the 80s with the heavy jewelry. Me too. But they're all right now. But I've had to do all of that. But it was just nice seeing it and seeing it come back around now with the fashion. But, so I think it's just always been there. And I think it's in our blood just to express through our clothes and wear. And it just reflects fun. And when you go out in the Caribbean, people are just wearing. They want to wear, but they're bright and they're not hiding. They're in there.
And it's so beautiful. It's delicious, actually, for your eyes. I love it. Because I can just sit there and people watch like all of the colors and the different styles and things like that. I love the Caribbean for that. Just the overall, like, just life that you guys give. Like, I love it. It's just, so nice. Words can't express. For me, let's see. I think I was the same. I kind of, and I still do use my style as an expression of art. And I still have people laughing at me. And I don't care. Sometimes it doesn't matter. I take it and I just, because again, it's not really about them. It's about us and what we are feeling on the inside and expressing that out. So that part, like you, I was always amazed at watching my grandmother. For me, it was my grandmother get ready, and she was such a fashionista. Like, I mean, she was not playing with you. Wow. And I mean, to the point where I would watch my mom and my aunts go into her closet and shop. and come out like with stuff. And I'm
That's
like,
what my daughter does to me. Yeah.
It must be nice. She's very blessed. So that's how like a fashionista my grandmother was. And so I would watch her, fingernail polish and the jewelry and the hair and the scarves and the heels and I would just watch her like and see how she put it all together. And I was just amazed because it was almost like a ritual. They don't really do that these days anymore, but like I remember the days where like you had a date on the weekend, you were starting to get ready on like the weekend before, you know what I'm saying? And women just really just cook themselves, I don't know if we do that anymore, it kind of takes some of the excitement, I think, out of it a little bit, but that's a whole nother story. But I'll watch her cook herself, and and then like the finishing touches with the perfume, and then they leave and you can still smell it. Like I remember all of that. And I think as a young girl, you look up to that and you look forward to doing that in your own space when you become that, So I'm always pushing the envelope with my fashion because I don't believe I should be limited. I feel like it's another way of you expressing yourself, like drawing or painting. You might not understand the painting I have on today, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that somebody down there won't get a different interpretation when they look at it. So, and I think that's the beauty of fashion because we can all feel a certain way and express that differently and learn from that. So,
It's reminding me when I was a teenager, one of the things I wanted to do, I wanted to be a designer. I wanted to be in beauty as well. And I think it was that the designer side was the creative side and the beauty was how it made people feel. My dad was like, no, you're not going to do that. So I ended up working in a bank. But I had that, and you just reminded me. I had like a kind of a memory of where that would have come from. Just seeing the women around me, kind of dressing up and what I was doing. I loved, like you, just creating style. And you're doing it really primarily for you. It makes you feel good, and who is someone else to judge and say what you're wearing? Some people just don't get it. It's not for them. That's fine.
And that's not, and that's fine.
It's for you to express yourself, whilst you're here in this time in the way that you want to. And some days you might think, no, I just want to keep it
simple,
low key. And other times you want to be out there. You're just going with what you feel is right. Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know about you, but as I've gotten older, I want to be comfortable. That's like the biggest thing. Like, so I'm not wearing those high heels. I'm like, I need to be comfortable the whole time, not just in the beginning and hobbling at the end,
I had an event. I went to this month. It's June when you're recording this, so I had 2 posh events to go to, and for the first time in a long time, I wore a kind of Balgani style dress. One was black and one was white. One was black when I was in Miami. I wore that one, and I went to an all-white party just a couple of weekends ago, and it just felt amazing to wear. Even I've been with my partner 4 years. It's like I've never seen you in a dress like that. The heels, I had to choose the heels carefully. They were not very high. They were slip-ons, but I did have my flats with them. So I do hear you on that. Comfort is the main thing that I want, but I can still express myself in that comfort. I don't want to be in pain because it just, that defeats the object. I don't want to be in pain.
It does. And it's not like, when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, I'll be okay. I'll just stay off my feet the next day or so. But like, no, that's too high of a fee. I can't do it.
And I like to dance as well. If I do go out, I like to dance. So I need my feet to be comfortable.
Me too.
But it's nice playing dress up still as an adult.
It is. It is.
And
it's nice. And if you have a partner, it's nice to give them a little something, extra or something they don't see every day. That's
exactly
good.
Yeah, he was surprised. I wasn't doing it for him, he wasn't at the events with me.
I know, but that's
but it was
collateral
nice,
damage. That's good.
Yeah, it was nice, he appreciated it.
Yeah.
So it was good to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of these things are important, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of like things that you do in your personal routine that help you like throughout the day, can you think of any? I have a couple, like I don't know if I would throw them out as tips, but definitely try them and see if it works for you. The color thing is a good one, because I think that's something that everybody should know, what your power color is. Power color, what empowers you. You can wear that when you need it. Job interview, you know, whatever, court appearance, you know. But for me, like, and it can be something simple, like a pair of shoes that make a loud sound. Like I have some shoes that go click clock, click clock, click clock, very like profoundly. And I like to wear those shoes like if I'm going into an environment that I'm not really sure what I'm gonna find, you know. Because it helps me feel myself. Like I don't know, it helps me feel the leadership, you know, in me. You know, it helps me to kind of like give my walk some weight, I guess. And it can work in environments that you don't know, but also environments that you do know, because they get to know that click clock. So they know when you're coming. So something little like that, you know, can be something that you do in a normal daily routine to help yourself throughout the day, you know. So I was just wanting to share anything that we could to the viewers who may, you know, want to adorn themselves. I think
I don't have any click-clack shoes, but but I think for me it's more in if ever I feel I just want to have a safe journey. Usually I do this when I'm traveling. So if I'm going abroad or something, we talked about, we were both brought up as Christians and things like that. But I was brought up a Catholic, so I always, and I think it reminds me of my mom as well. So I always carry my rosary with me. If I'm traveling somewhere, I may not carry it any other time when I'm in the UK, but I'll kind of have that in my handbag, or, you know, somewhere on my person. Which I don't know, that's obviously going back, but I think it does connect me to my mum a little bit when I do that. And then I think what you were saying about feeling comfortable, if I'm going to be going somewhere and I'm not sure of how it's going to be, I need to know how I'm going to be, and I need to know I feel comfortable, that I'm not going to have to be fixing things or checking on things. The more comfortable I feel, the quicker I can adapt in that environment, the more like me I feel. So
very true.
I think that's when I might also, like you, go to the color of something that I'm wearing that might, you know, make me feel a bit grounded in that sense. But I do find myself putting things on knowing it's going to really pop, really accentuate me a little bit. And that in itself feels like protection, because I'm just being me even more, not hiding and being small. But in terms of anything I wear, it'll either be the rosary. I always carry a crystal, like you. I'll have something. Usually it's the selenite. I just discovered what my Egyptian sign is. I put it into ChatGPT, so it's a bit off topic, but it comes back and it's Ra. And ChatGPT recommended a crystal, which I can never, it's the blue lupus, blue with the gold in it.
Lupus Lazuli?
Yes, that's the crystal. So,
that's very good stone. I love it.
It's really good for grounding, so I'll carry that.
Lapis lazuli.
Lapis. I can never really say it. So I do a similar thing like that in terms of carrying those things with me. I always wear silver. I noticed that I don't. There are certain pieces of jewelry that I always wear the same thing. I always wear these things. And I think it is a little bit ritualistic. It's like, this is what I wear on my hands. But
that's your armor. Yeah, your
yeah. And I think it's the earrings I'll change, or the necklace I'll change. But I usually always wear like this ring, and yeah. So there's something to that, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, I think what you said about being comfortable in your skin, being comfortable where you are in your environment is a form of protection, and it is because I think that it sends out this vibration of like, she is what she is, and she's at peace, and so I think that naturally repels negativity, confusion. Because you're not confused. You are, through and through who you are. You're comfortable.
Absolutely, and it's way too easy to want to impress people and be something you're not, and wear something you wouldn't normally wear. And you then don't feel comfortable. You then feel like you're trying too hard, and that isn't an energy that's actually quite resisting and pushing away.
Yeah.
So, so I think it is important that whatever space you're in spaces where you're wearing something where you feel good, you feel comfortable, and that you're taking up space, and you're entitled to.
And I'll also send Reiki if I'm like really nervous. 100%. I'll send Reiki. Put myself in a Reiki bubble. I'll do those things as well, and crystals as well. All of those things. I think are important. And then you just take note of things that you do that you might not be conscious of what it does, but try to take note, especially those new things that you do. And a lot of things I think too are ancestral, like you said, that we don't know about. So maybe you have an ancestor who has just a set of jewelry that they would wear every day, and that's their protection, whether that be like a crucifix or rosary, whatever, and you're kind of following in those footsteps through your DNA, and I love that.
They're with you when you're doing that, right? You're not alone. This is something they used to do. I'm doing it too. You're carrying it
and you kind of feel like you are them in a way, because you're like, you're kind of walking. I feel like I'm walking in their life through my life, if that makes sense. So and even just doing your hair, for me, it's ritual for me, because it just has a way of just clearing, my mind brings clarity, but also makes you really good. It's something with that. And I know with like being Oshun, because she governs hair, so I know that's a thing for me. And I hear her sometimes like, girl, you need to do your hair. You need to do your hair. It's fine. You need to do your hair. You don't feel it. You need to do your hair. So I think especially for women, getting your hair done is a ritual. It's a maintenance ritual that really does us well, in everyday life.
It's an extension of us. Extension of our soul is energy, which is why a lot of women, when they're going through, they want to have a huge change in their life, they start by shaving their head. It's like all of this past, all of this energy, they've just left a traumatic relationship. They shave their head. It's very symbolic, but it carries energy. And I'm locks now. Been locks for 2.5 years. But before that, I was a loose natural, and then before that, I was relaxing my hair. And I think this is the freest I've felt with my hair in locks. And it feels like the whole of me is able to. It's just a more natural journey, and I'm honoring myself as a Black woman. I'm not trying to, not downing anyone who's doing anything with their hair. I don't want to do that. My daughter sometimes relaxes her hair, and whatever goes for you. But for me in my journey, the whole thing was a thing where I was using natural beauty products, making my own body butters and face oils and all of that. And I wanted that for my hair as well. I wanted the freedom with my hair. I wanted to put natural oils in it, and I wanted to be able to wash it and go.
Yeah.
And so that also feels like part of my path to freedom, of my own spirit, when I'm able to do my hair, wash my hair. It's not shrinking. I used to have start with my afro like this, and then go out in the sun, it would shrink. You know what I mean?
Shrinkage is
so,
real.
Yeah. So I think gradually I'm finding a way to embrace all aspects of me, and the adornment, it extends to my hair now. Not say it didn't, but just in a more effortless way.
Yeah.
And it just feels so good and so freeing. But yeah, our hair carries energy, which is why we have to be careful who does our hair. Their energy has to be in a good place. My loctician's one of my Reiki students, actually.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful energy. So all of these things, like all of us count, really. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. I love all of what you said. And you're lucky. It's very important who you have tending to your crown, you know, because like your thoughts, your mind is up there. You know, like it's
connection to your higher self is there.
Exactly. Yes. Crown. Yeah. It's very
that energy goes in your hair. Anything that's that close to you, contacting you, is affecting your energy.
It definitely is.
Yeah, it's important.
You want to make sure you're fed right. Yeah. What was I gonna say? The comfort thing is also like I love what you said about that, because it's so imperative now, I think, because our minds just shift to that. So for me, it's integrating all of these things into one. And it's definitely a practice. And I guess that's what I want to express, is that the way that you dress and adorn yourself and style yourself is an extension of your energy work on yourself, you know? So start to see it that way, because like I said, it's an extra tool that we have. And we have a lot of tools in our toolboxes that are free. We have unlimited access to them. So I think that we need to use that. And I think that's something that is well within our birthright. Our ancestors did that, you know. So we need to continue that work and pass it on, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, there's not many things we can control in our life. We can't, what was coming to me when you were saying that, is we can't control what's going on out there. We can control this. We can control what we put in our body, on our body, how we adorn our body. And so, like we said, it's a birthright. This is your blank canvas to express yourself and play with that. Be playful with your clothes and what you're adorning. But it's nice to also be intentional. And say, okay, what do I need today? And put this on, and this makes me feel like this. This will open up my throat chakra. This will help me I want to be seen, or whatever it might be. But we can't control what anyone else looks like or what they do. We can just control ourselves, and it's one aspect that a lot of people are missing out on, being able to express themselves that way. But it's an amazing way to lift your mood, change your state, change your energy.
It is. Yes. And definitely ditto on everything you said. It's a game changer. It can change it can change the game for you. And why not? You could use it, I could use it. So I like what you said too. And we mentioned it a couple of times about having possessions from your ancestors and carrying that with you. I think it's such a special and unique type of thing to be able to have and access to during the day. So I would challenge those of you who are joining us to try to establish that and to integrate that into your life if you have access to that, granddaddy's chain, for his watch or whatever it is, it could be like I have a friend, her mother just passed away, transitioned about 2 years ago. And she has just been going through her mother's closet and taking little things like the waistband for a dress and using it as a headband. Like things like that, so that she can take those things and feel like she's closer and that her mother is with her throughout the day. So I thought that was very sweet. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And often it reminds me, I had a client and she was, I think she was grieving, but I think it was her dad rather than her mom, but she had her hands on her tummy and I was giving her Reiki. And there was such a strong spark that jumped up in my hand. And when I lifted my hand, it was her ring. She had a beautiful diamond ring. And she said, oh yeah, that was my grandmother's ring. So it's like, yeah, she's with you. That just sparked up. It was just like, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a way of having some tangible connection to our loved ones and our ancestors. And we can look at it when we're feeling down and, you know, you'll be beefed up by that. By that. So yeah,
it's beautiful. Beautiful medicine.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can add that to what you do in your ritual and wear that's beautiful.
Yeah, and try out the different colors. And like I said, keep almost a journal to see how you feel. You know, and you are definitely doing it for yourself, but also take note of how other people are seeing you, or your expression, how that is landing on them.
How they react to you.
Yes, how they react to you.
Because I definitely do that. One last thing, I definitely do that with my coaching clients sometimes. I guess because I wear lipstick and and then suddenly they'll show up with lipstick and they'll be like, oh, put my lipstick on today. And it just makes them feel good.
It does,
You know, suddenly it's like, I'm not hiding anymore. You can see they start with you and they're very kind of small, quiet, and their energy's low, and then, you know, they just do something for themselves, something small like that. And I'm not saying that everyone, that's the way for everyone, but it definitely worked for my particular client that tried it. And you can just see the whole energy lit up.
Just shift. I
just loved it.
So. And I think that's a great point and a great tip as well. Try something different.
Yes.
And I love that, because a lot of times we do this ABC, because we're so used to that. That's our routine. We don't want to. It works for us. We don't need anything else. But how do you know if you don't try? So, you know, wear that different shade of lipstick, or wear the lipstick if you don't normally do that, you know?
Good.
Get the pink purse, you know, whatever it is. And see how you feel, you know, and then that's not even restricted to adornment. That could just be every day, like do something you never did before, you know, and challenge yourself to do that every so often, you know, pump up that courage muscle.
Yes, absolutely. And it ties in with their worthiness. It's just lovely. It's just nice to do and play. I love it. I love it so much.
And it's all tied around self-love, which is integral. We talked about that. It's integral to everything. So
that can totally have an effect on that. So it's wonderful.
Definitely. So I'm going to ask you, this is what I want to know. Like, do you have a specific color that you wear when you're treating or teaching?
So this is what I wore when I was teaching.
Okay.
So again, I like to express myself all the time. You know, I'm not at the age where I'm going like clubbing all the time or anything like that. When am I going to wear my best stuff, and when am I going to wear my loveliest stuff? So when I'm teaching, again, the orange does come out quite a lot, and the white quite a lot, and just all the different colors. The green, the patterns. So but again, it's about comfort because of the work that we're doing. But I love expressing myself in my classroom as well. I just wear what I want to wear that day. It cheers me up. I'm looking forward to it. That's one thing as well. If you want to, if you suffer from Sunday blues, pick an outfit you want to wear on the Monday that makes you feel amazing, and wear that on the Monday.
Honestly, I triple agree with that. Honestly, and do it every day, because it's going to have the same effect every day. And you will be changed and the people around you will be changed. You're not doing it for them again, but it can't hurt, you know?
Yeah, just do it. Again, I had another client who was she was hide under her clothes. She was quite slim, and sometimes they would say, oh, you look really slim, have you lost weight? And she was sensitive about it. So she'd wear a lot of really baggy clothes. She'd hide a lot, do her hair. She had very low self-esteem when she started. And we talked about this, and we said, you know, she says, she likes how she looks when she's going out with her partner, and she'll do her hair and she'll make an effort. And I said, well, just do that for work tomorrow, and it will shift her energy. She's also trying to be respected more at work, recognized more at work, and maybe get a promotion. And she just shifted that through what she wore. She didn't buy anything that was way out of her comfort zone. She just wore something nice that she would have saved normally for a special occasion. But, you know, it just did the trick with her confidence. She just, I felt really good. And you look forward to it. But that's a big thing. If you're wanting to shift your Sunday night blues,
100%.
Plan an outfit, and then be like, you walk in and you're rocking this outfit. You feel good. Everyone's like, you feel good. You know, it's just lovely.
It is. And alignment again. I'm like, we keep aligning with each other. But what you said about like she didn't go out and have to buy a whole new wardrobe. I love that. Because a lot of times when people hear you say, like, do something different, wear something different, they think, oh, I have to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. No, you can shop your closet. Look, and if you need help with that, I offer that service and I will help you. Shop your closet. No, Gwen, seriously, because how many times have you been out shopping and you're like, oh, I need a pair of black shoes. Let me get it. And you get a pair of black shoes and you come home when you're putting them up. And you look and you see you already had a pair of black shoes that were similar. That's why I say to people, like, shop your closet, because you have things in there that you have forgotten about. You don't remember you received them. I don't know. They just appeared there overnight. I don't know. But before you start taking out your wallet and buying something new, see what you have. And even if you know everything that you have in there, see how you can put it together differently. You know what I'm saying?
Pop of color.
Play with the clothes. I mean, play with the color, like we said. Play with the little pattern. You know, do a little pop of color if you like black and you're trying to move away from that. You know, maybe wear gray. You know, move away from black and go into a gray, and then eventually get into navy blue, and you're moving down the spectrum that way. But give yourself permission to try new things. I think is what we're saying. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. You don't have to put yourself into a poorhouse to do that, because even if you don't have, you can thrift. You know, there are other things that you can do that are like affordable. So there's always options out there.
Absolutely. And it could just be a scarf. It could be
a scarf.
Okay, I need a bit of orange today. I want to be more feminine, or I want to, you know, power up my sacral chakra, or I want to open my heart today. I'm going to wear some green.
Exactly.
Or I've got a presentation. Let's get that blue out, a blue scarf on my black. So you can get some healing with the colors that you're picking. For sure. So
and it could be seen or not seen, because you could do the underwear thing too.
Of course, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. And I think it's asking that question. It's saying, okay, how do I feel normally on a day-to-day? Have I got low self-esteem? Do I feel that people don't see me? And then just play with that and say, okay, what can I do? What am I wearing most days? Do I like what I wear? Do I feel, am I helping the situation or hindering, you know, in what I'm choosing to wear? And just play with it. But you'll be so surprised by how you feel and the reactions that you won't turn back. And it's cyclical. So
it'll, you know, shift this part of your life, but it's gonna attach itself to other things, and you're gonna feel the shift in other places as well. So
that's very true.
It's very beneficial.
That's beautiful.
Oh, this has been so good. Chock full of information on things that you can do to kind of shake things up a little bit. That's what you're looking to do through adornment, which is all things that you can do for yourself, you know?
Yes.
So This has been so good. Delicious conversation. Thank you so much, Gwen. Do you have anything else that you want to share before we close on now?
I think if people want to really start this off, they could also start with some mirror work. Maybe getting used to seeing themselves in the mirror and saying I love you, and or I like you, or you're okay. Yeah. So because we said that it starts on the inside, and then the adornment feels easier to kind of reach for. The color feels easier to reach for. Being out of your comfort zone feels less stressful, basically. But when you're trying on these things and putting on these things, you gotta like what you see in the mirror first. It's not about covering up. It's not about using these things to hide even more. Exactly. It's about whoosh, it's like
accentuating and showing.
Seeing it like that. So
lovely. I love that. And I think that is a great starting point, is to start with your heart and how you feel about yourself, and that never gets old. Saying I love you to yourself, the mirror work never gets old. So it's a great starting point, and it's a great comeback point to circle back. So I love that. And if you could piece them all together, that would be just great.
Yes.
It's
all interlinked.
Oh. It's great information. Oh my God, it's so much. But I'm so grateful that we have access to this information, that we have access to each other, that we have these platforms where we can come and share, have a meeting of the mind. So I want to thank you from the bottom to the very tippy top of my heart, Gwen. I have so enjoyed recording with you. It's been such a pleasure to work with you. I mean, really. And you are just exactly what you see. I'm talking to the audience because you already know, but like what I met when I first met you on YouTube is exactly what I was greeted with when I started working with you, which is so refreshing to have that authenticity, so thank you so much.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Same for you. From my clicky clacky shoes to the top of my head, it's the same. Your energy is just so vibrant and beautiful, and the same, just very genuine person, and fun, and you walk what you preach to. So I love that so much. And your audience, I know they feel very nurtured and well cared for in here, and it's different every time, that you light up their day. I know that you certainly light up mine. So I'm really connected in this way as well. And I'm sure there'll be many more little collaborations.
Yes, please, let's not stop. Please, let's not stop.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. But I'm so grateful for you, for inviting me here in your space of your community. And it's been really wonderful. Thank you so much, my darling.
I wouldn't have it any other type of way. Thank you. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this segment on adornment. I have more coming up, so stay tuned. Please drop down in the comments and let me know what you felt about this episode. And if you have any tips that you want to share on adornment, or any comments, any feelings, any expressions, feel free to do that. Again, thank you so much, Gwen, for sharing the space. And I will see you next time on my channel. I'm your host, Lani Wu, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.